You always hear that like 30 cutoff. Like if you're not married by 30, you don't have kids by 30, it's like, is it ever going to happen for you? Or it's just like, I just don't like that. I don't like that. It puts a lot of pressure on women.
I agree. I feel like that's something that we're almost told since we're little girls.
Yeah.
They have the whole fairy tale set up for us to feel like we need to be swept off our feet by a prince,
right.
and follow his life and live in his castle and clean his dishes and do his laundry. And I would like to break that standard because I have my own dishes and my own laundry to do.
Thank you.
So if you want to help out, let's do that.
Right.
Let's work with each other.
And more power to you if like you are living that life already. Like,
there's
great.
no hate,
no shade.
Yeah, like if that's your life and you love your life, do you. Like more power to you. But for me personally, I don't want to speak for you, but for me personally, I don't want to have that standard for myself where it makes me feel like I'm restricted to a certain time frame for anything in my life, because
exactly,
if I'm working off of somebody else's time frame, I'm never going to be happy, because no two people have the same life, okay? And you should just enjoy your life as it comes to you. Of course, look for opportunities everywhere they come, but I don't have to be married and have kids by 30, okay? Let's stop saying that to our girlies.
Throw it out the window. Please.
It's gone, okay? We're creating a different timeline for ourselves. And with that, I think it's empowering to understand that your life it's not judged or measured by the success of others, and the timeline of others. People have very different lives, and I think that's what makes the world beautiful, in my opinion. If we were all the same, we'd live a very boring cookie cutter life. And that's not the type of life that I want to create for myself. Again, no shade, no dissing anybody's personal stories. If that's what you're into, then do it up. Do it up, boo. No hate. But for me and for our friends that feel like so much pressure around, not even just in your personal life, but like in your career as well. Like, we should have this professional setting. We should be this far in our career by this time in our life. And also the fact that is always going to be, undershadowed by a woman's ability to have children. That's another thing that we've got to throw in there and think about. And, if you're not having children at a certain time, or in the workplace, you're waiting to get that maternity leave, and, you can only work so long, and now you're a mom, so you can't work. Like, I'm a little...
It's a lot. It's a lot on us.
It is a lot. It's like putting us in a box all the time. Like, you have to do this, and you have to do that, and then you have to do this. Says who?
Right.
Tell me.
It's not fun.
Bring me the person that told us all of this, okay? Because I've got a bone to pick with you.
A serious bone to pick. Literally. And I hate that, like, society, like, just takes it and runs with it, and then like that pressure really does get to you. And at least for me, and I kind of listened to it a little bit, because I'm like, I think we touched on it a little bit on our first episode, and I was like, dang, like once I hit 25, I was like, dang, I'm pushing 30, like what's going on? Get it together.
It's so easy to say. It's so easy to do. It's what we're trained to believe for ourselves.
Yeah, but you really gotta like throw that all out the window and focus on your life and the things you want to accomplish when you want to accomplish them, not when anybody else tells you to. Like, you have to take control and put the tunnel vision on for you, and like put the blinders on for all the other crap.
Seriously, I think that's a really good piece of advice, is like figuring out how to satisfy your personal timeline. Because everyone should have their own personal timeline and should not be comparing to anyone else's. And I know it's so easy to do, I do it myself. But at the end of the day, you got to remind yourself that like this life is for you.
Yeah.
For you only, you know?
Yeah.
In my opinion, you live your life. We're going to all die one day, and we get buried in that ground all by ourselves. So,
or burnt in the oven if that's what you want to do.
You know,
hey.
To each their own. Again, no judgment, no hate.
Burnt in the oven is crazy.
Such a graphic way to say that.
Sorry, guys, but that's what happens.
It is true. It is very true. She did not lie to you guys.
I don't do that.
No exaggerations, no lies. Just truth here.
Yeah.
Truth and hardcore advice, and our real life experiences with feeling behind. I think, you know, it's so easy to compare, to look at what other people are doing, and especially with social media. Yes. I mean, that's what we do in our free time, is we compare our lives, whether we're consciously making note of that, but subconsciously, it's what you're doing. So yeah, it's really easy to do. And I think just being able to remind yourself that this is your life, your timeline that you are creating. You are the creator of your timeline. Okay? You don't necessarily get the choice when you end your timeline, but while you're here, you might as well make the best of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like for me, like I have a lot of friends that have kids and stuff. Like I have godchildren now from my best friends and things like that, and I'm just like going to the birthday parties and I'm like, dang, I'm the only one here. No kid, like, geez. But yeah, it's important to stay true to what you got going on.
Yeah, it's crazy that like that in itself, just having your friends like around
your peers will really like,
they got the ring on the finger, they got the kids either in the belly or in the cradle, and in the stroller, strolling them around the happy hours. To each their own. Again, no judgment. I won't be out there with my kids. I'm going to be everywhere.
Oh, same. I think we were actually talking about it today. I was like, I just want to be a hot mom.
Yeah.
Whenever it happens, I just want to be hot.
And you can. You absolutely can. And you will.
Thanks.
And you will be.
You too.
Yeah. You know. We try for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think creating that standard for yourself in a non-compete kind of way, it's a good way to live your life and know that you're not working on anyone else's timeline. You're creating your own timeline, and you're living the life that you want to, by nobody else's rules, as you should. That is an empowerment for all you ladies out there, and all our fellas too. If you're watching,
yeah. I think the most important thing is to give yourself grace. Like, absolutely, because a lot of people in this world aren't going to give it to you, and you are with you 24/7. And you need to give yourself that grace, you know, with whatever decisions it is that you're making, good or bad. Just like give yourself the grace and love on yourself, and know that, okay, tomorrow's another day. What are we going to do? Like, what's this journey for me? Because everyone's journey is very unique to, you know, their experiences and where they want to go. But like, give yourself grace and give yourself time to build your own timeline, and not like feel like you need to rush with everybody else.
Yeah, I've definitely suffered from internalizing everything that I have gone through and just trying to push and not allowing that grace for myself, and that has created major burnout for myself. So in order for you to successfully create that timeline for yourself, make attainable goals and give yourself grace. Like Vanessa said, it's a beautiful piece of advice that can be brought through across so many different outlets in your life. Giving yourself that time to truly outline where you want to go, what you want to do in your personal and your professional life as well. Right. Because it's also easy in your professional life to compare to others and feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing as much as she is, or he is, or whoever. Just be nice to yourself.
Yeah. And if it's like you already, like if you're feeling behind, you not giving yourself the grace and not being nice to yourself is only going to make you more behind, like literally. So like if you want to be progressive, you got to take that time for you.
Channel that energy from feeling like you're behind into getting ahead.
Yeah.
You know?
Ooh, I like that.
Like channel that energy different. We've talked about it on a few of our podcasts of like really reframing your mindset and your understanding of why I'm feeling this way inside my head, inside my heart, and reframe that for yourself.
Yeah.
Do yourself a good service and reframe some of those negative outlooks. Because truly, if you have some negative outlooks about yourself, I think it's because you care. And that's a beautiful way to look at it. Like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing as much. I'm behind in life. Like, it's because you care.
Truly,
and at the end of the day, if you're able to understand that and then figure out how to reframe your mindset, you're going to be golden.
Yeah, you're winning.
You're winning. You're ahead in life.
You're ahead. You're already ahead
in life. Truly. I think that's a beautiful way to wrap up our podcast today.
Yeah.
If you're feeling behind in life, listen to this podcast.
That's number one.
If you're feeling behind in life, give yourself some grace.
And know you're not alone. Like, you are not the only one that might be feeling that way. Like, I know you're looking around and you're like, dang, they're doing this, they're doing that. But there's a lot of people that are in that same boat with you. Like me, sometimes. I'm sure you have your moments.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, you're not in that pool alone. We're all in there fighting for our lives. Trust me.
We're here giving you some boxing lessons, metaphorical boxing lessons,
Yeah.
And that is our podcast for today. For the women we are becoming, if you're feeling a little bit behind in life, we've got all the advice for you. Stay tuned for next week's episode where we chat about a little bit more of our insight, our experiences. It's always a pleasure chatting with you guys. And if you have any recommendations, any topics you'd like to share or us to speak on, put it in the comments below.
Yeah, let us know. We want to hear from you guys.
We do want to hear from you guys. We appreciate you all tuning in and see you next week.
Bye.